In Colombia, the Angulo family live in hope of a special telephone call. Like many Colombian families, the Angulos' relatives have been kidnapped. Maria has quit her job in a shop to search full-time for her parents. 12-year-old Javier is missing his grandparents badly. The family's standard of living has dropped significantly. Hope is hard to come by. The presidential elections are scheduled for May, and the kidnapped are a major issue. 68-year-old Rogelio and Maria, who's 62, were kidnapped a month ago by a criminal gang. Later, they were sold on to the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC. This kind of transaction has become quite commonplace in a country where more than 3,000 abductions are reported every year. FARC asked for $1 million ransom, but the Angulo family just couldn't pay. Quest for Rogelio and Maria has taken them all over Colombia, but so far in vain. And so a new family ritual has emerged. Every Thursday and Friday, the family meets to draft a new message of hope for the captured relatives. They then make the journey from their home in the suburbs of Bogota to the city center. It's an hour-long journey and it's expensive, $25 US. Most Colombians earn only $5 a day. They arrive at Inravisión. It's a radio station which broadcasts In Search of Freedom, one of a handful of programs created to help Colombians reach out to kidnapped loved ones. The half-hour government-sponsored show is transmitted twice a week. There are many stories of captives hearing friendly voices over its airwaves, providing much-needed hope.
Que ellos son los que nos guían en nuestro gran encuentro. Saludos de David y todos mis hermanos. Los quiero y extraño. Les paso a Pacho.
Ustedes están, abríguense.
Granddaughter Diana even manages to find some desperate humor.
También a todos los secuestrados los extraño y doy gracias a Dios porque me dio una oportunidad muy grande de hablar y que todo el mundo me escuche por radio. Bueno, me despido.
The broadcasts are emotionally draining, but they're a vestige of hope for all sides of the family. The nightmare of the kidnap has left them all feeling like captives.
Sí, porque es el dolor de una familia. Uno está a la merced de un sonido del teléfono. Secuestraron a mis viejos. No sabemos dónde están. Y nosotros también estamos secuestrados. A una manera muy diferente, porque al menos nosotros estamos con la familia. Ellos están solos. Pero sí es una problemática muy grande de destruir tanto la vida de unos seres mayores como la de unos niños que son los nietos.
In 1998, President Andres Pastrana met Manuel Marulanda, the leader of FARC. The meeting was aimed at ending 34 years of conflict which had claimed tens of thousands of lives. It was the first time an elected president and rebel leaders had ever met on Colombian soil. The talks were preceded by the withdrawal of army troops from 5 towns in disputed territory. 42,000 square kilometers were ceded to FARC as a precondition to peace negotiations. Peace never came, and 3 years later the process collapsed. When the guerrillas began to withdraw from territory in southern Colombia to their strongholds in the mountains, it seemed out-and-out civil war was imminent. But at the last minute, a new deal was struck to save the battered peace process, at least for a few months, until the presidential elections in May. Pastrana had bought himself time to argue for a negotiated settlement. Opinion polls cast right-wing candidate Alvaro Uribe as one of the favorites to win the presidential election. Leftist guerrillas plotted his murder several times, but he says he won't be deterred from contesting the presidency. He's emphatic that he would never tolerate guerrilla attacks and kidnappings. Colombians who support him point out FARC has failed to deliver a real ceasefire. In effect, they say, 20,000 men have brought a country of 40 million people to its knees.
I believe in authority. What my country has not had is authority. We need authority from the part of the state, of the government, to stop guerrillas and violent groups in order to protect the civilian society, the civilian population, and to make violent groups to accept negotiation. Without negotiation, they will continue in war, and our people will continue unprotected because the weakness of the government.
Santa Fe de Bogota, the capital of Colombia, is the nation's commercial and financial center. It's also one of the world's kidnapped capitals. Uribe's call for a return to government with authority strikes a chord among people here. They want Colombia to clean up its own backyard. The peace process looks set to decide the election. Many voters appear to be crossing to the right. Daniel Garcia Peña is a former peace negotiator. He says that Uribe's policies could lead to more trouble. He predicts any movement to the right could be just the political boost right-wing paramilitaries and their death squads are waiting for.
A ver, yo pienso que también sobre Álvaro Uribe se ha venido diciendo y tejiendo muchas cosas. Álvaro Uribe tiene un discurso, sin duda alguna, que invoca la autoridad, que le coloca unas condiciones a la guerrilla que, a mi entender, no son viables. Y lo más probable es de ser elegido Álvaro Uribe, el proceso actual de negociación seguramente se rompería y entraríamos en un periodo de mayor intensidad del conflicto armado. Y eso pienso que es bastante negativo para el país y para el proceso mismo.
Caught up in Colombia's simmering terrorist war, the Angulo family struggles to come to terms with its plight. Forces they don't understand have spirited away grandfather Rogelio and grandmother Maria. It's left them an isolated family with little but forlorn hope to sustain them.